Yeah, this is not going to work out. I think I have a bad feeling about this. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. How dare you? How dare you, sir? How dare you? I will murder you. I will murder you, and you will thank me for the privilege. Yeah, no, that's not really going to work, as you can quite clearly see. He is massively, massively overpowered. Halbarad, yes. He has massive armor, and it is very, very difficult for me to basically do anything against him because of his damage absorb. Hello and welcome back to the last days. We're going to be fighting against some Lothlorien vassals here as they have attempted to invade our space because they want to obviously stop our forces from besieging them. Now bear in mind that Karen Dolan was actually under siege by Jarl Helkaroth himself, and I thought to myself, okay, I'm gonna see what happens here because I was very, very interested in actually heading in. Boom! Oh, I really wanted to take him down. Never mind, never mind. Alright, didn't get an opportunity to take down the enemy leader. That would have been a fantastic blow for us. That would have been insane amounts of morale lost for the enemy. So, unfortunately, not able to, but I did deal a pretty nice a little bit of damage to him. I'm not entirely sure how much HP he actually has, but, well, we can only hope that it's actually something good. Anyway, I went back to Rune, I recruited some more units, and now we're obviously back here trying to eliminate Lothlorien, because if we can eliminate them, we're going to have a fantastic time. Basically, they are the ones that are standing in our way at the moment, because if they have been defeated, then it is all down to Rohan, and it is all down to Gondor. Personally, I feel like Gondor is almost basically done. I feel like they have 5 out of the 6 nails in their coffin already, and there's just a little bit left to do. They need to find a hammer at their nearby hardware store, and Mordor needs to go, you know, bang, bang, bang on that, and then it's all dandy. Unfortunately, they're having a bit of problems with that. They are being a little bit slow. And you can see here, there's actually a number of other people in this area as well. Now, they're actually losing this, if you can believe it, because Jarl Helkaroth has decided that it would be a good idea for him to run away. I'm not entirely sure why he's deciding to do this, to be honest. I think it is an absolutely awful idea for him to just run away like this, because if he would actually help us, this would be a done deal. This would be super, super over and done with, and we would be sending those guys back to wherever they came from. But unfortunately, that is not happening here. So anyway, we're just going to try and do a little bit of archery. Oh, nice headshot to start things off for this battle. That's nice. I like it. Can I get a couple more? Can I get a couple more? I might be able... Oh, yeah, there we go. Nice. A little bit of a kill there. Decent damage being dealt so far. And that's the point. I mean, how can I miss at all when I'm just firing into the general area of massive amounts of units? You know, it's very difficult to miss at that point, isn't it? But somehow I manage it, you know? I definitely tend to manage it quite often. Anyway, hopefully my forces will be able to do a pretty decent job. I've seen someone actually mention something really, really useful. And that's actually something that I wanted to do in a number of other series, which I have done. But now here's the thing. Basically what you said was, why don't you tag your... Whoa. Okay. That was actually kind of surprising. But anyway, why don't you tag your Gundabad units as fodder and then just use them like that? Because obviously that's the reason, you know, that was the reason why I generally tended to get them, because I explained in the previous episode it would probably make sense for me to have a couple of units from someone else that is maybe a little bit easier to level up and so on. And now here's the thing. The reason why I don't really want to tag them as fodder is because I kind of want all of them to go in at the same time, and most of the Gundabad units are either berserkers who are going to go in with my warriors of the Ox, or they are skirmishers or goblin riders who are going to go in with my cavalry. And so tagging them separately is maybe not going to work out so well. But thank you for the suggestion, because personally I would do that if I was playing a different faction. You know, if I wasn't playing Rune and we didn't have a good synergy with Gundabad, I'd probably play, maybe if I was playing Uruks or if I was playing Mordor or something like that, I would probably do a similar thing to that, because that makes a great deal of sense. Being able to utilize orcs and everything as fodder in comparison to keeping your uruks back until the enemy has been somewhat weakened. That sounds like a pretty decent idea. Anyway, we have a, wow, massive amounts of war parties over here. 5 cave trolls they have, and they're completely destroying Halbarad over there. Nothing to worry about there, though. We don't need to worry about him. Did he actually survive? Because I didn't see him get defeated. Wait a minute. Let me actually just go up. Did he actually run away? Was he capable of escape? No, doesn't seem like it. Oh, wait a minute. There's another one there. Okay, I hope it's Dawn. I hope I'm not fighting him. No, okay. Whew. Yeah, I know it's Dawn in the bottom right there. I know it says Dawn, but sometimes when it's Dawn, it is just... yes, my mount is now lame, unfortunately. Okay, I'm going to have to get off. Yeah, I'm going to have to get off, and we're going to have to unequip my rune horse and just let my wound treatment, or let Ziggafell's, in this case, wound treatment, do the business, and that will hopefully remove the lame prefix from its name, and then we'll be able to use it once again. Thankfully, I do have a couple of... What? Where are all my people going? I have no idea. Anyway, thankfully, I do have a couple of replacement horses in my inventory, so I should be able to use them, no problem at all. Okay, so I literally told these people to hold position on the hill here, and you know what they did? They literally ran off to the side of the battlefield. I think that that was indeed an issue that I had beforehand. I think that has to do with the last day's formations AI, or something along those lines. And you can change that in TLD options through the camp menu if you're also having issues with that. But generally, I don't think we will need to do it, because most of the time we are just going to be charging in, and that's definitely going to be something I'm going to continue to do. It is just a case of, at the moment, I don't have the ability to do so, because I have no mount, obviously, so I'm not also going to be able to charge in with reckless abandon and do massive damage to anyone that I wish to. But yeah, I mean, this is going to be simple enough, isn't it? I mean, just literally look at how easy it is for us to carve our way through this fellow, and that's basically all we have to do. We just have to try and keep them down, you know. We have to kick them while they're down. We have to be as evil as possible to the elves in this area, and then we are going to have a fantastic time feasting on man flesh. Actually, that's actually not even in keeping with this particular theme for the series, because obviously we're not playing as an orc and we're not playing as an uruk, so feasting on man flesh doesn't really work. But yeah, I guess we can teach the other men of Middle Earth how man filth is supposed to be, and that's exactly what we're doing, kind of, I guess. Anyway, let's see if the siege is actually still going to go ahead. It doesn't look like it. I mean, there's only 250 units in here. I feel like we should be able to do this, but Jarl Helkroth has run away, so it is more than likely that we're going to just have to wait a little bit of time. As you can see, only 214 in here. Yeah, we're just going to have to wait a little bit of time and see whether he decides to come back. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Dol Guldur. I'm going to get some food, because I think I'm going to run out of it relatively soon. I mean, I have a pretty significant amount of it, but you know how these things go. Oh, what's this? A golden mist from Lorien covers the battlefield. The witch is near, sending shivers down you and your troop's spine. I assume that means Galadriel is relatively close. I mean, obviously, we're kind of fighting nearby to her home base, and that means that maybe... I actually have no idea what it's going to do, not factually at least, but I'm going to assume that it has an effect on our morale, or has an effect on how good the enemies actually are at fighting. And that means that they would get a morale boost as well. Maybe they get a small damage bonus or something like that. I have no clue, but it's nice to speculate nevertheless, because I think that in general these kinds of magical effects should definitely have an effect on the gameplay. I feel like that just adds a huge amount more atmosphere to the whole experience, even though there's a huge amount of that already. Anyway, I've done a little bit of management so far, so yeah, I don't know whether you realize, but there was a Rune advanced camp and a Gundabad advanced camp being constructed relatively close by to elven lands, and that's where I've been spending most of my time. And generally, I've just been kind of waiting around here, and I purchased some food, purchased some more units, and so on and so forth. And yeah, we're seeing quite a few of these guys. Yeah, we're seeing quite a few of those guys. So obviously that's a bit of a problem. But Jarl Helkaroth is starting a campaign very, very soon. So I'm hopeful that he will be heading in there shortly. But we'll see, I guess. Ah, well, now we have a bit of a problem on our hands, as you can quite clearly tell. Yes, Master Fëanor decided to head in here against the siege at Caern Amroth. And, well, I'm not entirely sure what to do, to be honest, about this. Because this is obviously a pretty significant numbers advantage on the elves' side. However, if I were to provide assistance, shall we say, to Mr. Master Fëanor here, then I think that would be okay. I think we might actually achieve victory. Although, what do they actually have here? I don't know. That's the thing. They have 44 Rivendell riders. I am not entirely sure how effective we're going to be against those. So I'm a little bit in two minds about whether we should do it. Let's just level up a couple of people here. I can't believe I have regular horse scouts in my army. Come on now. I should have max tier units, but no. Okay. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure what to do here, because if I go in and I end up losing a huge amount of units, then I suppose that's fine if I weaken them somewhat, but I kind of have to head in now, otherwise, yeah, as you can see, otherwise the enemies or the vassals from Lothlorien are going to be coming in, and they're going to be unstoppable at that point, because Rivendell and Lothlorien being in the same battle, no. Yeah, we're just never going to be able to do anything against them, so we'll see what we can do here. Maybe I'll be able to do something, at least a little bit. I don't know. I mean, how many trolls does Master Fëanor have? I didn't even look at that. But generally, hopefully he's got a bunch. That's all I can really hope for. And maybe I can eliminate a couple of these riders. Oh, that was a leader, actually. That was one of the vassals. Yeah, this is not going to work out. I think I have a bad feeling about this. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. How dare you? How dare you, sir? How dare you? I will murder you. I will murder you, and you will thank me for the privilege. Yeah, no, that's not really going to work, as you can quite clearly see. He is massively, massively overpowered. Halbarad, yes. He has massive armor, and it is very, very difficult for me to basically do anything against him because of his damage absorb. His damage absorb prevents him from being dazed in any way, and as a result, he takes a lot more damage than he would otherwise. So, yeah, there we go. Oh, Lord Elrond! That was Lord Elrond himself. I can't believe it. Okay, I'm going to steal this guy's horse if I can. Yes, how does it feel? How does it feel to see a member of Rune riding one of your glorious steeds? Ah, yes, it must grind their gears immensely, or at least I hope it is. Okay, well, whatever the case, let's see if we can do some damage. No. Right. Okay, how is it actually going so far? It's not going badly. Look at that. We're losing wow. Okay. Well, my forces are losing huge amounts of casualties, and our allies' forces are basically losing nothing, because we are the ones that actually did all the damage, which is really bad. But okay, well, there's not much more I can do here, I suppose. I mean, generally I could allow my forces to continue fighting, but do I want to do that? Yes, no, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. Let's just get out of here, and maybe we can charge back. Ooh, 147 still remaining. I'm still a bit, I'm a bit worried about this, but Zigafel is actually still alive, amazingly enough. Okay, medic. Go to the back. Go to the back, please. Gonna tell everyone to charge in, and then we'll get the medic to stand at the back. Hopefully she's not going to... oh, great. My mount is now lame again because it got absolutely murdered by something, by a lance or something like that. Yes. Great. Okay, well, whatever the case, hopefully my other mount has now lost the lame status, and I should be able to then just swap them over, and that should be alright, but we'll see how it goes. So everyone's charging in. Hopefully I'm going to be able to deal some damage here as well, and I won't have to deal with so many of the enemy leaders this time around, because let's face it, dealing with enemy leaders is a huge pain, because they have that damage absorb, and maybe I won't have to deal with it this time. Okay. So far, it seems quite nice. Look at that. We're not having any issues whatsoever. Well, I did lose 12 of my... Really? No, no. I'm going to have to go back to the advanced camp relatively soon and just go back into the barracks and see if there are more units there. I mean, I guess it's really good that we have unmatched combat strength, because that does mean that the refresh rate, in my opinion at least, is a lot faster than normal. I actually have no idea whether that is indeed the case, factually, but it would make sense, right? Surely it would make sense that that is indeed the case. Maybe? I'm not entirely sure, but if it is, then that's great. If it isn't, then, well, we'll just have to deal with it. Murder. Yes, more murder is required. Oh, did you see that guy? He went flying when he was hit by the troll. That was nice. I like it. I love seeing trolls in action. They are super, super fun to watch. And I believe that is indeed it. There's only one enemy remaining, and he is on the ground. Oh yeah, how do you like that? How do you like that, sir? He can't answer me because he is dead. Alright, there you go. That is it. We lost a lot of units, but we've been promoted to Great Enforcer of Dolgadur. Okay, well that's great. I'm very pleased about that. Am I? Do I care? No, not really, actually. Anyway, we'll just take a couple more horses. Yeah, my horse is actually still lame, so I am actually going to be using a Dunedain warhorse. I know, it is not in keeping with the theme whatsoever, but I don't really want to use a regular rune horse, because that is going to provide us with so much less protection that we might as well just go without a horse in general. Anyway, let's take a look here. I want to request a special item. I'm going to take some brew, because it's been a while since I've actually consumed this. So let's use this. There we go. And now we're going to run away. And hopefully Master Fiona is going to do the same thing. No, he's a little bit stupid by the looks of things, so he's just going to stay there. And I'm going to go over to Rune Advanced Camp. And we're going to see what we have here. Okay, so we have more people that have leveled up. A pretty significant amount, actually. Okay, so what am I actually running around with right now? Okay, so I have quite a lot of warlords, a lot of falcon horsemen, good amount of warriors of the ox, and we have a huge, well, actually a pretty sizable contingent of skirmishers. Not too bad. I mean, I obviously am not intending on, you know, replacing all of my rune units or anything like that. Okay, what's going on here? Karas Galadon? Where's... Oh, that's right here! Okay, that's not going to work. 100% he's never going to be able to continue this siege. Not unless Gundabad helps as well. And maybe Rune too. I've seen a couple of vassals pass by me right here. But that would be very interesting if they all end up helping each other. So let's go back there immediately after this. Let's have a look in this stash. There we go. They got a couple of pieces of food. We're just going to sell a couple of things here as well. And we're going to go to Gundabad as well, because you never know. They might have something here. There they definitely do. They have some more food and everything. And hopefully they have some more units that I'm going to be able to recruit too. Oh, they've got some terrible, terrible units, but I will be taking them nevertheless. And now let's head back. I'm hopeful that they're still going to be doing battle here. Oh, it seems like Gundabad has actually just moved on to this one. The AI is very strange sometimes. They do tend to split their forces quite a lot. And you can see here, look at these guys. They're actually running around with a pretty sizable force, but they decided against besieging. Ooh, now that's a big, big move right there. If Jarl Helkaroth can actually pull this off, this is going to be a sizable victory. Okay, let me see if I can get another one of these guys. Yep, there we go. Nice. Another werewolf for us right there. Okay, so let's make our way over to the Rivendell camp. And oh, look at this. Look at what is happening right now. Okay, come on. Let's go in here, guys. Come on. Do they not want to help? Yeah, there we go. Now they're heading in to help. And I think I will be as well in just a second. I actually just want to see, where's Elrond? I'm a little bit, kind of want him to be in here as well, but I don't know where he's currently at. So I guess we'll just head in. 502 against 210. I think we all know where this is going. I think we can probably safely maybe say that we'll be okay here, but bear in mind that obviously that is very much dependent on unit composition and obviously how many units we lose, because I have a lot of replacement units, quote unquote, and they are not going to be that effective at all. So there's obviously that to consider. We can't just be like, oh, you know, got the same amount of combat strength that I had before. No, we don't. So, ooh, wow. They've got some good units. Oh, we've got to be super careful here. I really do not want to die to elf archer fire this time around. So I'm going to be a little bit more careful than I have been in the past. In the recent past. Let us not speak of it. And hopefully I'll be able to get a couple of extra kills and maybe cause some problems for them. Nice. Yes. More damage. More damage. Thank you. Oh, there we go. Look at that. We've advanced to level 26. Oh, I like it. Can I get a couple more kills, though? That is the point. Okay. Block, block, block. Thank you. Oh, these guys are like sitting ducks. They're literally just waiting for me to slash at them or bash at them in this case. Technically, it's not a blunt weapon that I'm using, but still, it kind of looks like it. Okay, these guys are all dying. That's absolutely fine. We've only lost 6. That's great. Okay, I'm actually really pleased about that. Usually, when we do these kinds of fights, when they're a little bit larger than just a regular stomp, we lose massive amounts of our own forces, and then I am eternally sad for about 5 minutes. And then we recruit more, and, you know, obviously they're needing to level up and everything. So, yeah, that kind of thing definitely... It's kind of surprising, to be honest, that we're actually able to keep our people alive this time. But I suppose the reason for that is because most of the enemy are actually archers, and most of our forces are indeed people that can get right up into their melee range. And their melee abilities may not be the greatest. So that's probably the reason. That's also the reason why my elf playthrough is actually quite interesting from a strategic standpoint, because you have to think about all of these things. You have to think about how am I going to deal with rune? How am I going to deal with, you know, heavy cavalry? And, you know, people trying to harass my archers, you know? So, and obviously you're going to have a much smaller army as the elves, or as a good faction in that case. So it was definitely a little bit difficult tactically to sort of make that decision. And I remember very vividly in the elf playthrough that we had massive problems with rune, because their horse archers were just tearing us apart. And it was really very impressive. So anyway, let's level up. Ooh, yes, more goblin riders. Thank you. Yeah, I will definitely take more goblin riders. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's just get some more horse archers, get more of these. And there we have it. Okay, I actually leveled up. So I'm thinking what we're going to do is we're going to continue getting leadership, because I generally think it is probably about that time where we are starting to get into sort of late game. And we're going to need a large army to be able to push forward and take on enemy armies, sometimes multiple at any one time. And being able to field a massive one ourselves is going to make a great difference, because then we're not really going to have to worry about anyone else having to join us to be viable in any kind of combat situation. So we're going to hopefully do that, and let's see what happens at Rivendell camp. I don't really care what's happening to Lothlorien right now, even though they are weakened. That's actually hilarious, because we defeated them just now. And where is Elrond? That's the one thing I'm a little bit concerned about. Okay, yeah, I'm going to send a message that I'm too busy. I don't really want to do a task for Jarl Helkaroth right now, because what he's going to say to me is, go and scout out X place. And I don't really want to do that at this moment in time because I'd like to support them in this siege, he says, as he waits. Yeah, I'm going to have to wait a little bit here. Wow, these... Why do they go in at the worst possible opportunity? I don't know why. They went in the nighttime, which is, I suppose, a pretty good idea in terms of reducing the accuracy of the enemy, because obviously they can't really see as well, although they are elves, so I don't know really whether that has any effect on that, but yeah, the point is, I don't really want to make the video in a siege completely in pitch black darkness. It's going to be impossible for you to see, impossible for me to see, and it's just going to be a terrible, terrible experience for everyone. So that was the main reason why I decided not to go in there, but oh, this is going to be problematic. Yeah. What can I say? I wholeheartedly understand why those other people retreated. This is not going to go well. I have already lost 4 people, and this is within the first, what, 20 seconds of the siege. If I get killed here without being able to step foot onto the battlements, I'm just going to retreat straight away. Oh, I did get onto the battlements. Okay, hello. Right, okay, yeah, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that right now. We just don't have enough people. That's the only problem here. Jarl Helkroth, if you know what's good for you, you will... Never mind. Apparently he didn't retreat. Rivendell prisoner train. Go, 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 go. Get him. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I think I'm just going to actually auto-resolve this. They should be pretty easy. Yes. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is the kind of opportunity that you want to be on the lookout for if you potentially don't have like an amazing army like I do right now. I don't have a particularly amazing army. I think I have a decent one, but it is not anything that is going to be like, oh, wow, look at that guy. He's got a crazy cool amount of really, really good units. No, I don't have that at the moment. So it's really nice that we're able to do this. Oh yeah, unfortunately, now my party capacity is all messed up because of all these orcs that I have in my party here, so I can't take any more, but I did manage to get a huge amount of veteran horse archers, which are going to turn into Balkoth horse archers. And they are probably my favorite unit from Rune at the moment. I am missing outriders and warlords, and I can't do anything about it because I can't recruit any more orcs, unfortunately. So we're just going to have to let those go, but hopefully, yes, the Moria War Party actually did recruit them, amazingly enough. So I'm going to be asking them to follow me, and they are indeed doing that, which is hilarious. So now we're going to be able to fight Elro here, hopefully. Can we? Well, the war party is way too slow. I don't think I really... Oh, no, they actually... Oh, look at that. They actually managed to join. Oh, fantastic. I had no idea. I thought they were way too far away to be able to do that. But no, they actually did join us. So that is good. And Elro here is immediately rallying his troops. Just look at my rallies right now. I have 4 rallies right now because of my leadership, I suppose. And maybe my charisma? I'm not entirely sure. I think leadership does affect how many rallies you have. Do I need to rally right now? Nope, you do not need to rally your troops yet. And I don't think I'm going to have to in this particular battle, but we'll see, I suppose. Anyway, let's try and go for a nice little flank here. Maybe get a nice little headshot or 2. Oh yeah, these Dunedain Rangers, they die so easily. Don't tell Aragorn, really. Don't tell him. He's gonna be furious. But they do, unfortunately. I'm not entirely sure why that is, because when I attack any Dunedain, when I literally hit any one of them, even if it's not a headshot, they seem to die very fast. And I don't know why that is. Probably because they don't have very good armor. I think they generally tend to wear very light armor, and that's the reason, because we do almost pure damage to them at this point. And I got killed by a standard bearer. Okay. Right. Getting killed by a standard bearer, everyone. That is the new standard for the lowest of the low. Oh, yes. Very, very good. Ah, well, never mind. I mean, I can't really do much about that. Sometimes you just have these kinds of things happen. Anyway, that's it. that is indeed a victory for us, as we thought it was going to be, and there's that camera bug still. That's not me moving the camera, by the way. That is literally just what happens when you access the battle map, and then you move your camera with your mouse afterwards. It just automatically goes and swivels all the way around for some reason. I don't know why that happens, but it does. Anyway, let's see if I can just capture a couple more prisoners, just in case we want to convert some more people into werewolves. Maybe some of them will be eligible for that, and otherwise we're going to see if Karen Amroth and Karen Dolan actually fall. But for now, that will be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.